Welcome to another Kyle I Club podcast, where I'm your host, Kyle, and as usual, I've got a very special guest with me, Monique from Pretty Pandora. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for having me. I
No,
almost said no to your offer.
no, I'm not here.
Yeah, no, no. I'm
Go
a I'm
away.
a I'm podcast virgin. I've
Oh, wow.
never done this before, so it was when you asked me, I was firstly very flattered. I was like, who would want a boring person like me on a podcast? But then I thought,
What?
you know what? Let's just do it. Let's do it. Kom ons doen
You
dit.
only YOLO once.
Nee? Ja, true.
No,
I
thank
hope
you
when I sip
for.
my coffee, it doesn't make a noise.
Well, I'll sip my coffee if that will make you feel more comfortable, so people would know we're actually very relaxed and we're enjoying our time, and that there's no stiffness in this whole entire situation. We're just two relaxed people having a cup of coffee.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay,
when it
that's your sip.
let's just not say anything and drink coffee for a whole entire hour.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
So this is legit your first podcast ever in your whole entire world.
Ever. And I'm one of those people that's like watches everyone else doing things and like being in magazines and interviews and all that. And I'm like, "Ugh, why wouldn't that ever happen to me? And then when it does, I'm like, nee, dank you, no thanks. I
No
don't want to be
thanks.
part of that. I'm too nervous.
It's like a cat,
So
a cat normally comes close to you to pet it, and then when you try to pet, like with your eyes,
that's exactly how I am. But I'm glad I said yes. And
And
here
here
I
we are.
am.
So I wanted to talk to you. You are the proprietor of Pretty Pandora, an online shop, and you got physical locations at railways now as well. Do you mind telling us a little bit about it?
Yeah, that's correct. So it was TJ, the owner of Railways Cafe in Irene, came to me the one day and he said to me, wouldn't you like a little shop inside the venue? And immediately I said, no, I can't. I'm running everything online alone and it's just too much stress and I can't imagine what it's going to be like, having a little shop as well. That's a whole new avenue. And I think about 2 weeks went by and every single night lying in bed, I could not stop thinking about this little shop. And I decided, no, you know what? I'm going to approach him again. Well, I'm going to approach him. And I said to him, TJ, you know what? I would really like to do this, but on one condition, the shop cannot be too big because I
Oh
don't have a
yeah.
lot of stock, and I don't want to sit with a lot of stock on hand. Let me tell you, okay, so we started the shop that month while they were busy building it. I imported such a lot of stuff, right?
Okay.
My request for a little shop was basically I needed like a shop 3 times that size now.
No, what have I done?
Yeah, yes, I think I imported like freaking 60,000 rands worth of stuff. My
Oh
house is
no.
so small; it's like in my spare bedroom, in cupboards, and I still have too much. So what I do now is I rotate. So yeah, the shop
Okay.
is small, it's manageable, and I'm so happy that I, took him up on that offer because I don't look back one day. And I
Okay, but
think I've been
rewind a
open
bit.
now almost a year. In June it will be a year that my shop's open.
So rewind a little bit. How did Pretty Pandora come into full effect? Where did it start? How did you decide, listen, I'm gonna open up an online shop and start selling stuff? I mean, how did that happen in the first place?
Okay, cool. So I'm not going to go into, we just want to keep it positive vibes. So I'm just going to touch base a little bit into it. I'm not
Yeah,
going to go
go for
into a
it.
deep dark hole, but I was really at a bad place in my life and I was dating someone that told me that we are going to move to Cape Town. And at that time I was working at ABSA
Oh wow.
and I resigned because we were moving to Cape Town and it turned out this guy was taking me for a massive ride. Everything was a big lie. And now I'd already been jobless for 6 months when I found this out. And I was just sitting in my lounge the lowest part in my life. And, you know, it's always been my dream to hustle. I mean, I've been hustling since I was like in grade 2, but I'm going to get to
Wow.
that now. So I'm sitting in the lounge and, you know, I see a post from one of my friends that she runs her own business, and all that she wants is you start your own business, but you advertise her product, and then she does all the shipping and all that. You just advertise, get the client, get the sale, and there you go.
Okay.
But I put like 50 Rand. She says you put 50 Rand on every item. And I was happy with that, but I'm one of those people. I'm happy at the time, but I don't stay happy. I go hunting, you know, looking around for other things. But anyway, so I just came up with a name on the spot and I started doing this. And like I said, after a while, I started finding my own stock. But now
Nice.
this is happening and I had nothing in my bank account and I was working from a flippin' BlackBerry and a half broken laptop.
Yeah, so you were
Anyway,
taken for a
so
ride, and that ride was not to Cape Town.
you know, it was not to Cape Town. But let me tell you, at the end of the day, I am so happy that happened. I will not change anything because I would not have my little business that I have today if it wasn't for that guy, you know.
Yeah.
And also to add on to that,
Oh no.
I was in grade 2 and my grandmother bought me like a whole bunch of little beads and elastic and I made rings. So since
Oh
grade 2, I
wow.
was already wanting to make my own money and I went door to door in our block of flats selling those rings for 1 Rand. And my nanny was so she was so worried about my safety that she actually gave the one lady 12 Rand and said, please just buy all these rings from Monique so she
What?
can just stop doing it. Yeah, no, because I was going door to door and I mean, it's not safe. I mean, for a grade
Yeah.
2, you know,
In South
child, but
Africa.
still, you know. So yeah, no, I've just always been, it's just been my dream to make my own money. And I can still remember when I think I was on 600 page followers, right? And I said to myself, wow, this is amazing. When I reach 1,000 followers, I'm going to stop because then I'm not going to be able to manage everything. And now I'm on 75,000 and I'm like, what? I
Whoa,
can't
shit,
believe it. And I
yeah.
just want to keep growing. But to think, you know, my dream was 1,000. And then now
Yeah.
here I am. So, you know, everything is just, I've just been so blessed. It has not been easy. Let me add that. It has not been
Yeah.
easy, but I just stuck it out.
So you've been running this operation by yourself this whole entire time, from start to where you are right now with 2 physical shops that's being open.
Yeah, so from 2013, that's when I opened, that's when I started. And then now I just have a lady, Hopeness, that's helping me run the shop because it's not my personality to sit still in a shop for so
No.
many hours, you know. I'm more
No, of
behind the
course.
scenes type of person. So yeah, she does that for me and that's that. The rest of the things, everything I do by myself.
But
So
basically,
yeah.
you had to bootstrap your business from the get go. Learn what it takes to have an online shop, how to get suppliers, and how to distribute,
Yes.
and all of. I mean, what was one of your biggest challenges starting out?
The post office. The definitely. I cannot tell you how I struggled to firstly get parcels, and then when they got here, there were strikes, and it was such a big headache for me. But now I don't use the post office anymore. I get my items through. I get my orders through FedEx, DHL, or UPS.
Yeah.
I just currently had a supplier that accidentally sent my stuff through the post office. But can you believe it? It actually arrived within
Was
like three weeks.
what a post office actually working? Damn, that's
Yeah,
impressive.
but
That is impressive.
the only it is the only thing is that ours closed. All the 2 post offices that was near me closed. So I need to go all the way to Pretoria North. So it's just a little bit of an inconvenience, but at least I'm not waiting 3 months like I normally would wait. So yeah.
And you managed to basically grow your company from advertising for someone else to be thinking to, listen, I want more, I want to find my own suppliers and start marketing it from that. And you built a brand. I mean, if you're I mean, if you mention Pretty Pandora, you know exactly what type of stuff you're going to get from the website. So the brand is already
Yeah.
established from the get-go. And I think that's quite impressive from you deciding, listen, I'm not going to market for you anymore. I'm going to do something for myself.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And yeah, I was just always hungry for more, and I still am, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I went on my own. The other thing also was that I didn't want to rely on other people. So now
Yeah.
if that lady had to send my orders out, I had to rely on her and her times. If I tell my client, listen, yeah, you're getting your tracking number on a Friday before 2, you are getting your tracking number Friday before 2. I don't want to have to run after other people to say, listen, yeah, what's happening, you know? So it's just so much better for me to do everything myself, and then I know what's going on in the business.
One of the worst things is having to rely on someone and just like one of the biggest things that working in corporate or wherever where I've worked before is relying on someone else, and that guy's in charge of your ability to relay customer service. You know, you can do
Exactly.
as much from your side, and if someone else is going to fuck up that whole entire process, that's one of my
Yes.
biggest pet peeves in the world. So I have learned, and I am you right now. Let me just tell you this. Like, I am you right now, where I was supposed to go somewhere. I don't have any money, and I don't want to rely on anyone else ever in the world anymore. And I just want to take charge of my own life, because in today's time and era, if you want something done, you have to do it yourself.
Exactly, exactly. And the thing that's sad is I have so many people that reach out to me that would like to do collaborations and all that. And just because of a few bad experiences, I turn everyone down because I
Yeah.
don't know. Are you just wanting to collab to, you know, bump yourself up? Because I'm not one of those people. I don't want to step on other people to get to the top. There must be like, we must both benefit, you
Yeah.
know? And I immediately say no because I don't know how the people are going to be. And then I know myself, if you mess with my business, I become a monster. And
Yeah.
I'd rather save you, not you now, I mean like whoever wants to collab.
Yeah.
I'd rather save you seeing my nasty side, you know, if you step on my toes. So I'd rather just
Listen,
say no.
I don't want Kyle to see my nasty side, so you better step up.
uh,
No, but
yeah,
I think it's there's so many scammers, and you don't know what people's intent is, if it's malicious or if they've got any ulterior motives. So you have to
exactly.
be a little bit overprotective over your bread and butter, because you're not sure if someone's actually sincere, wants to collab, and it will benefit you both, or if someone is just riding your train in, or just trying to get a boost from your already established business. So where do you
Yeah,
draw
yeah.
that line? So, and I think it's very smart of you to just, you know what, in all fairness, I don't accept collabs from anyone. It's not you. It's just, I would much rather just continue what I'm doing right now, because that works.
Yeah. I'm just scared that I shoot myself in the foot though, because you know, what if there is that like I told you, I was not that not that this is a color, I'm just saying like I was already scared to do this, but I'm glad I did this, you know? It's like I'm also scared in a way. And then what happens if someone does approach me and I'm like, no, but it's actually going to better my business. So I'm just really at the moment, that's the only part of my business that I'm really not uncertain with, but I feel like I need to grow and I need to maybe, you know, allow 1 or 2 collabs, but like I'm just too scared. I don't know. Maybe this podcast will push me, make me realize, you know,
You
Monique,
know, just to step
what's
out
the
of that
worst that can
comfort
happen,
zone.
you know?
You know,
Yeah,
what's the worst
exactly. I
that's
mean,
gonna
what is the
happen?
word? Yeah, I can just waste my time and that person will hate me because like I said, I'm not a nice person to deal with
Oh,
sometimes.
let's just leave a review on Google. You know what? She didn't want to join my podcast. 0 star.
I can't.
But
uh,
if you have to look back on where you started to now, with the knowledge you've gained with regards to business, do you feel like there's something that you want to take on that's going to take you like out of your comfort zone to challenge yourself to the next level? You say you're hungry for more. And
Yeah.
what is there something that you've thought like, you know what, I actually want to try this. This is something that I'm not used to, and it's something that I might like, and it's something new that will boost my horizons.
Yeah, I've actually been thinking, about a lot of things. And one of the things that I've been thinking about the most is to get someone that can rep for me, you know?
Mm.
But then I feel I'm so scared that they must understand that it's going to be like a little bit of a part-time thing. It's not going to be like a full salary well, it can be, but I always think of the worst, right? So I don't want to take someone out of their job and then they do this and maybe it doesn't work out, because that's my thing. I always expect the worst, and I always plan for the worst, always. So if I think about getting someone to rep for me, then I think, okay, what if we fail? Now this person, is losing her income. So I want this person that I approached to already have a job, but maybe take this on like once a week, to go and rep jewelry to different salons and stuff. So that's my
Choose a
next
target
thing
market,
that I would like.
so package your items that you already have and try to select a target market and go pitch at those target markets for the already stock you have.
Exactly, because that's not my personality. So I need someone that has that personality, that's going to go out and that's confident, I'll stand there and I'll be like, like a puppy with yo, dude, I will say the weirdest things. Anyway, so yeah, that's my one thing. And the other thing that might sound ridiculous, but I think it could work, but it's just so expensive to have a little pop-up shop in a mall. It's really expensive. But if it works, it's going to work. But it's going to cost me, I think I worked out thousands and thousands. I don't know if it was like 30,000 just for everything, like the banners. Okay, but the way I want to do it now, the way Monique wants to do it.
Of course. Yeah.
Not
as
just
you
like
walk in, each client gets streamers blown out as you walk into the store.
So so that's the things I am, considering. But at the moment, I'm, content. Like I said, I'm always looking for new things. But, I'm actually, Jay constantly has to tell me, Monique, you're doing well. You're doing okay. Because every day I feel like, okay, today's the day my business is going to fail, Or like one day, like it's like that every day. And then Jay will be like, Monique, you're doing well. Look here. He has to like break everything down and show me, and make me realize, show him. So I don't know, without him, I don't know where I would have been. So,
most people think today is the day I'm going to make that sale that's going to make me. No. Monique's like, today is the day my business is going to collapse and I'm going to go bankrupt.
Today's going to break me. No.
Are you generally very hard on yourself when it comes to your business, or is it just basically the pressure of the world?
No. I've always been hard with everything I do. Like even when I was in primary school, I've just been really hard on myself and judge myself so harshly. But I feel in a way that's a good thing, because then I put pressure on myself. But
I was just gonna say that is I believe, sorry to interrupt you, but I believe that, and not a lot of people would understand. It's like I resonate with this so much, because being hard on yourself is a superpower. I don't know if a lot of people realize that, because if I'm not going to be hard on myself, who is? Everybody's like, no, shame, you're doing fine, whatever. But if you keep pushing yourself, like, listen, I need to make this work because I'm facing poverty right now. So I need to be hard on myself. Or I need to push towards the limits, because then I will accomplish those goals. If we are going to listen to what the world has to tell us, no one's going to want us to succeed. Who wants that for someone else? Seriously. So I think being hard on yourself is a massive superpower.
I like that. I'm actually going to stop being so hard on myself because of that. And I like that. That's a good way to look at it. You're right. Because Jay is very easygoing. He's not going to be like, hey, come. He's like the chilled one.
There you go.
So if I'm not that one, if I'm not hard on myself, then, who's going to be shame?
Exactly. Who's going to... someone needs to tell you to go and do the boring stuff, the invoices and the packaging and everything like that. Everything that you have to do, but those things you need to do in order to succeed. If you don't do them, you can might as well, then your business will fail. But you are hard on yourself to say yourself, listen, if you tell that client Friday that order is going to go out, that order is going to go out. If you're not hard on yourself, those things won't happen.
Exactly, and I won't have clients that return. So yeah.
Well, I'm in a little borderline between the two, because I'm actually too extremely hard on myself to a point where I've got like imposter syndrome. Like I call it a little version of my head that I call Sergeant Sabotage. I gave him a name, and Sergeant Sabotage, he would literally break down my thoughts to a point where I am literally causing my own depression. And it's so unnecessary because, you've got Jay to say, listen, you're doing well, you're doing fine and everything like that. And some of my friends would tell me, you're doing fine, you're doing well, but according to my standards, I'm not where I want to be. There's a fine line between being hard on yourself in a motivational voice and a negative voice, like,
and actually bullying yourself.
Yes, I'm bullying myself. Why are you hitting yourself?
Oh shit! It's funny, but oh man, it's actually so sad that you have to go through that. It's horrible.
I think most people.
Dude, I'm so comfortable. Listen, dude, I'm so comfortable. I almost burped into the mic.
Please do. Yes.
I was like, yes, man, I'm having such a good time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Let me just let one rip.
It's just like so relaxed. Anyway, sorry, you were saying.
No, please. As long as, my house is your house, literally. No, I think I just think everybody has got that little bit of that voice in their head where sometimes yell at yourself like, fuck. Why did I do that? Or, yeah, what an idiot.
Yeah.
And one I will never forget this day. I've got a friend called Ashley, and I was here in Cape Town. I only came to visit while I was still living in Pretoria. And I can't remember what I did. I did something like, I'm such a fucking idiot. And we were on the road. We were driving, and we were in the middle of the road. She didn't even hesitate. She stopped the car in the middle of the road. And she said, will you talk to me like that? And I'm like, oh, no.
Yes. That's true.
I won't talk to you like that. You're my friend. It's like, why the hell are you talking to yourself like that?
Exactly.
And I was like, oh my God, you're right. Why am I bullying myself? I mean, if I went to talk to my friends like that, why do I talk to myself like that? I'm literally the only person who's gonna be there until I die. I mean, why am I not kind to myself?
Exactly. I also had a similar scenario. Well, I can't remember where I saw this, what you were telling me about now, but I did see it somewhere. And I was, there was a point in my life where I actually took the mirror off my bathroom wall, because I kept on, every time I walked past, I'm like, ugh, like, ugh, look at you. And then the one day I was like, remember this thing that I saw, and would you tell anyone else that you walk past, like, ugh, And I was like, no. And I was thinking to myself, but then why? So I'm really starting to practice self-love. And, I'm getting better. So it is true. Like, we will never speak to someone else like we speak to ourselves.
But the fact that she almost put our lives in danger, that she literally stopped the car, but she felt so strong. And I thought she was joking at first, but when I saw she stopped the car and she was serious, I was like, wow, she actually means this, and this is I mean, she's an amazing friend, and I would never forget that day. My whole entire mindset has changed from that point forward.
Yeah, exactly.
But what would you say
other people are gonna so I just want to add, now other people are going to hear this, and this is going to help them, So I mean, she just caused like a whole domino effect, basically.
Exactly. And then everybody's gonna stop bullying.
You almost died, but
like, you almost killed us. I get it.
My alarm. I
Um,
don't know why this alarm went off now. I don't know if I have food in the oven. Why is this alarm going off? You know when you
why is
set
that
an
a
alarm
longer?
and it goes off and you don't know why? So I
What
don't know
the?
why.
I'm at that age where I literally walk to a room in my house and forget why I'm there. And I would only
Yes.
remember why I went to that room when I go back to the initial spot where I came from.
I do that. I do that as well. I do that as well. And you're like, oh
I like
yeah,
to,
okay.
I like to imagine, have you ever played Sims?
Ugh, like way back.
Okay, so I like to imagine someone cancelled my Sims function when I got into the room. You know, like where go eat something, and when I go to the kitchen and someone just cancels that function. That's what I like to imagine what happened to me.
Oh God. Listen, I've never used this microphones and I've got a vicious laugh. So I hope that you can silence my laugh. I'm too scared to laugh because I'm like,
Why are you
oh my
scared to
gosh.
laugh?
My
Give us
laugh is atrocious.
no. What did you just say? What
So
did
when
you
you
just
edit,
say?
just oh yeah, 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 yeah. I will never say
Ugh.
true, Nick. Like Yessie, your
Yeah,
laugh is really disgusting. You sound like a hyena.
exactly. No, I love this.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
What's all this? I've really been practicing self-love lately, and then immediately after that, my laugh is atrocious.
Oh, I can't.
I mean,
Um,
this is. I feel a lot of people have said I'm very loud, and I don't know how to feel about it because people would tell me you're loud, and then I
mm.
would sit back and think like, how can I not be loud?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then I'm thinking to
Yes.
myself, you know what? Where's the line between, you know what? Fuck all y'all, and
Mm.
maybe I should be less loud.
I hear
But
you completely. I know, yeah, yeah. Like,
and I think that's where that your laugh thing comes from. It is like you're
no,
self
no.
conscious. You've been told so many times, "Wow, you're so loud, quiet down," and then like, oh
Yeah.
shit, oops.
Yo, like too much. I'm too much. I feel too much. When I laugh, it's not like a quick chuckle. I really enjoy the freaking laugh, and then I'm like, oh, I should stop. I shouldn't be like this. I shouldn't be like that. You know. So yeah, it's horrible.
But what does I mean? Laughter. I mean, it's you're expressing an emotion to the top point of its pinnacle, right? Why do you
No.
have to feel like you need to keep that back? And why do other people feel like they need to quiet that? Because
Yeah,
how many
yeah.
people how many people can say, when was the last time you laughed at the top of your lungs and you fully enjoyed life at that moment? And then people would feel like they need to silence other people because of it. Like, when did we stop being fun? You know?
You know what? I think it's sometimes like a sensory thing. Let me just explain it this way. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you ever watch those. I think it's mukbang, or I don't know how to pronounce it, where people eat, and it's also
The
like ASMR.
ASMR.
Yes,
Yes.
right. So if I watch that, I enjoy that. But okay, so those people are enjoying their food, right? Okay, so I'll
Yeah.
watch that sometimes. But if Jay sits next to me and he enjoys his food so, to that point where he's like chomping away, that irritates me. So I think it's like probably the same thing. Like you are
Yeah.
just being overstimulated by someone else's. I can't explain. That's what I think. That's what I think. Because I've
I
also before, like when people are too much, then I get all benote and like
just walk
anxiety because
away.
people are like all over and loud, and it's not because I want to silence. It's just because how do I deal
Yeah.
with it? I don't know. I don't know how to
Yeah.
explain it. Like it
I
flares up
know
my
exactly.
anxiety sometimes, like loud noises and people being people give me anxiety sometimes when they are
You are
all over
you
the
said
show.
it. You said it right there. You've been overstimulated, and I get that
Yes, yes,
actually
yes.
because, and I think there are just unfortunately certain triggers that overstimulates you. You don't know if it comes from
Yeah.
your childhood or if it's a bad experience or if it's just something you don't like. I mean, a lot of people are texture eaters. You know, a lot of people don't. The food can be tasty, but the texture is just weird, so they don't eat it. And
Yes.
I mean, that's one of the senses. You know,
Yes.
so I can
Yes.
imagine for sound and visually, I don't know why, and this is probably like one of my biggest weaknesses. I've got a really how can I put it? Like I will I would gag if I just see something disgusting, you know? And it can even be a cartoon. You know, if it is just something disgusting, like I don't know, I can't even think about something disgusting right now, but I visually I'm like that. I'm overstimulated visually with disgusting and awful, you know, like rotting corpses or whatever like
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah.
If I see something
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
then I can't take it. I mean, that's me visually, but, you know, I can be overstimulated. I've been in a band, you know, noise don't really bother me. People eating don't bother me. So that's just one of the senses that's overstimulated. So I think that differs from person to person.
Yeah, I was actually, what was it? Where someone said, okay, let me put it this way, my own situation, scenario now, okay? So I thought the one day, I'm like, because I'm such a horrible person. I get so annoyed when I get a phone call. Like, so I'll tell Jay, if it's not life or death and you want to phone me, first tell me you're gonna phone me. First say, listen, Monique, I'm
Wow.
gonna phone you so that I can mentally prepare. And then I was
Wow.
actually checking on Facebook today. It's never not just you. There's always thousands, millions of people that's gonna have that same thing and that you think, oh, it's only me. But anyway, someone said, I don't understand because I love loud music and stuff. But when someone speaks loud, it's different. Then it's like because you prepare yourself when you know you're going to a metal show or to a concert or whatever, you know what you're
Yeah,
going to
get
get.
it.
Then I
Yeah.
realized that's why I tell him, please first tell me you're going to phone me. Because now he
Mm.
phones and yeah, I'm in a panic because unfortunately I just have anxiety like that. And then, so when he tells me that he's going to phone, then I get ready. Then I'm like, okay, cool. He's going to phone me. You know, stop what you're doing, Monique. Because if I'm one of those people, if I get bothered while I'm doing something, the
Mm.
beast inside me comes out because I struggle to focus. So once I start to focus, I don't want anything to break that focus because I get distracted so easily. So I think that's another thing. It's not because I'm being difficult. It's just because, and I mean, I'm only now starting to understand myself really. I've hated myself my whole life. I never knew there was something like an introvert when I was growing up. I thought I was just,
Yeah.
there's something
Weird.
wrong with me, you know? And people always like, if you could, what was it in Afrikaans? They say, I don't, if you could speak, what would you say? I've always had people say that to me, you know? And then I feel,
You
you know,
fuck, I hate
what
that.
the hell is wrong with me?
My
So,
my
yeah.
grandfather used to say, "Kry 'n tande warm." You know, if I was just sitting there
Yeah, when
smiling,
you,
enjoying the
yes.
moment, like, it's like,
You're
what?
like, what must you do? And if you don't smile, people say smile. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
what must I do?
Only
Ach, ja.
recently, this is actually quite weird. I mean, I never wanted to label or diagnose myself. I've always just been one of those people. I'll figure my life out as I go along, you know, like I don't want to label myself, oh, I have depression or I have
Ja.
anxiety or whatever. But I know I've always been a really weird individual, like strange. You know, I'm not your average run of the mill, you know, stock standard human. you know,
Ja.
you know, the standard issue human being, you know. But only
Ja.
recently, now that you're talking about focus, and I get that because I've always been really meticulous with certain things, right? And I know I get distracted immensely quickly. I get very distracted. And you know, let's say you're busy with the email and something distracts you and you go on a tangent and then you go shopping and then you go do something and you come back, it's like, oh shit, I was busy writing an email. What the fuck? How did I get here? You know? So
Exactly,
you
ja.
know you put little safeguards in place to stay focused and you get
Yes.
angry when people break that focus because you know I am gonna go on a tangent. I'm gonna forget what was I focusing on in the first place. And I only recently started realizing, like you say, the internet made me realize I'm not actually not that weird. You know, a lot of other people feel the way I feel.
Exactly. Yes, I've
And
learned so much as well. Yeah.
and I realized, like, listen, the more I started looking up ADHD symptoms and, you know, seeing how people manage it and what people do with it and researching it, as much as I didn't want to label myself, oh, I have
Yes.
ADHD. But the more I realized it, I was like, you know what? I can actually just research it for myself and see what other people, because I'm one of those people, I don't want to take medication or anything like that. So I want to see how other people do with it and manage. And I was humbly thinking, you know what? I have most of these symptoms. Let me see how I can manage it and work around it. You know, like you say, you've got anxiety
Yes.
around certain things, and you know what you need to do to safeguard yourself. You know, and something prevents you from it. It's kind of like you said, something, you know, threatens your business, and then something threatens your safeguards that you put up for anxiety or whatever. You get frustrated with it.
Yes, yeah. I immediately go into like it's so triggered. And I get ugly. It's not like, oh, you know, I go off and I go cry. I become, it's like, I don't know what happens. I just get so angry. It's like I get, this anger comes out in me.
Is it? But it's not.
And then I become ugly. And then after that, I'm like, oh, I could have handled this so much better. And then I'm like, I'm so sorry. And then it will happen again.
Come
So,
back. Is it the Chad Starfish?
And the other thing why I also did not, I wanted to do this, right? But I was scared because I can literally be saying something and mid-sentence, it will be gone. I'll forget what we were speaking about. But actually, you've had me. You've kept my concentration.
I'm trying
because I was so scared. That's why I asked you if it's live as well, because if it was going to be live, I would have been like, no. Let me first just, I don't know. I can't.
You know what
because all that pressure.
Scary thing is, in lockdown, I decided, you know what? I'm going to do something live. Everybody is doing something live. And I decided I'm going to go live and play bass. And I'm thinking to myself, yes, this is what I'm going to do live. Do you know how I've played in front of hundreds of people before in my life, and that was fine. But just the fact that there's just a camera and you don't know who's staring at you or listening to you makes that so bad. I couldn't deal with it. I stopped myself halfway. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? You know?
But did you just stop or did you say, oh, I'll be back now? Like,
just stop and put it off. And I'm thinking, I don't know who's looking at me. I don't know who's staring at me, or what am I even doing? It's like I'm just sitting here in my living room playing bass like a loser. Like people. So,
was it on? What did you use? Was it on Zoom or was it on TikTok?
I went on Facebook Live. I was thinking when I still had. It's so bad. I don't even have Facebook anymore. It's legit.
Okay.
No, it's that bad. I was just thinking, okay, you know what? I don't know what's going on. But yeah, live, and I don't know who's listening or watching me. I don't know. Live through a camera is just not the same as live as actual live. I don't know how to explain that.
Yeah, it is very awkward. Even for me on the other end, like if I see some of my friends are live, I don't know what. Then I go in, then I'm like, oh, shit, I accidentally, and then I go out, you know.
I do exactly
I don't want to make them awkward. I'm one of those people that, like, if you don't know me and you're watching me, that's okay. But if it's someone I know, I'm immediately thrown off, because you can be... Like, I will sound confident, right? But people that don't know me will see, oh, she looks confident. But my friends and family will know that Monique is actually really nervous there, and then that'll put me off.
Exactly.
So I don't want to do that to other people. So when I go into someone's live accidentally, then I'm like on TikTok, then I'm like, okay, no, exit. Because I don't want to put them under pressure.
I was thinking exactly the same thing, because when I went live, I was thinking, you know, and that's a mix of those people you don't know and people you do know, and they can all comment and talk to each other live. You know? And I didn't want to be that for someone else as well. I was like, oh my God, I don't know. I don't want to do this live. I like to be able to, if I said something to you right now, or if you said something to me, and we're like, oh, let's edit that out. Like, for instance, this, we can edit this out if you
Exactly.
want to. Ha ha ha. You know?
Yeah. Um, I that on that point, I could actually start going live on TikTok because I got TikTok for my business, right? But then that thing that's like a black hole that you
Well,
don't get out of once
you
you
got
get
TikTok for your business.
And yeah, so every platform that I have is different. Like Facebook, I'll be really professional.
Okay.
Instagram, here and there, you know. But TikTok is my all over the show.
Okay.
Yeah, I do stuff for my business. I actually got it for my business, but now it's like doing some personal things on there as well, just being stupid. But now then you get to that point where you've got enough followers to go live.
Right.
And I have been saying I'm going to go live for months now, and I just cannot get myself to do it because I want to start doing giveaways and just growing my platform there.
Yeah.
Because Facebook is, let's face it, it's a little bit dead.
I don't know what it is.
I don't go onto Facebook. If it wasn't for my business, I wouldn't go on Facebook.
Yeah, it's crazy.
To be honest.
I feel like I'm too old for Facebook now.
Yeah. How old are you?
No, I mean, like, for instance, too young.
No, but how old are you?
How old am I?
Because now if you say...
I mean the
because, like,
opposite.
you
I mean the
saying you
opposite.
feel-
I mean the opposite.
Oh.
I mean the opposite.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I was just about to say, because I think you are younger than me. and if you're saying you're old...
Calm down. I mean the opposite. I feel like
okay.
Facebook is for ooms and tannies and those people who's on Facebook right now, and I feel...
So me, basically.
Listen, I'm 33.
I think I'm older.
I'm 33 years old.
Okay,
How
okay,
old do you
okay.
think I am?
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I was actually thinking you're like 28.
What?
Yeah.
Listen, when
think
I
you're not.
was your age, I'm just joking.
It's a good thing we don't have the video on because then we'd be judging each other
Yeah.
a whole lot different.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
No, listen, but I'm just thinking when I only have a Facebook now for selling things, you know, Facebook Marketplace. I don't have any friends on it. I just have Facebook Marketplace. And sometimes I get stuck on the feed and I'm thinking to myself, what do people do here? You know, it's just like, I don't understand it anymore.
I used to open up Facebook. I go onto Facebook to get memes for my business page, right? Because every now and then I like to drop something funny just for the people that are there, not to purchase, that are just hanging around, you know, enjoying the content. So then I go onto Facebook. Usually I would have heaps of memes like on my news feed. Now it's just nothing. It's people, they photos of their children. And don't get me wrong, I love seeing my buddies' children. But there's no more memes. So
You love seeing people's children.
no, let me just hear me out. I love that for them. You know that first day of school, I love that for them.
Yes.
And I enjoy looking at it because I'm never going to have kids. But I'm looking for memes, people. Where are the memes? Now all my friends have got kids. So they're no more posting memes. They're posting grade 1 first day photos and all that. And I can't post that on my page.
So I stopped. I don't think I'll ever be able to work in an office again because one thing I hated, I'm not going to mention names. I'm going to use a fake name like Sally. Okay? Sally is the fake name.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
But if she would ever listen to this, she'll probably know who she is. But I would never work in an office anymore because I hate the fact that I'll come to work early, super early. I'll be punctual. There's one thing I'm very proud about. I'm a very punctual human being because immediately after school, I worked in a water park, right, in America at Six Flags. And I was a lifeguard.
Oh, okay.
And the rule was,
nice.
if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're fucked. Okay? And I've implemented that in my whole entire life. And at the office, I would get there early. I would have made my coffee and I'm ready to rumble. And then Sally would pop up. Look at these photos of my kid where he played with clay yesterday at the preschool. And then I have to sit there and not do my emails for roughly half an hour. and then listen to how this child is a clay prodigy and knew how to build something out of clay, and he's only 3 years old, and one day was
Yes.
one day. I've worked with this person for quite some time. One day was one day, and she came to my desk, and she wanted to show me how this child did his first whatever the fuck. And I was just like, you know what, Sally? I don't give a shit about your child. I just want to work,
What?
okay? And like you said, you got ugly, and you just feel like, and that over, like every single morning, I have to do double admin because my admin just pile up because I have to look at baby photos for half an hour.
That
So,
must have been so awkward after that.
how do I recover from that? It's like,
Oh,
in
God.
hindsight, I had a great time at the office because I didn't see any baby photos anymore. But I felt some, seeing it at a water cooler or in the kitchen, like, "Hi, Sally, how are you?" Good. I was the kid, like you give a shit. Like, yep, you're right.
How are your kids doing? Oh, no, God.
You're like you want to know.
Oh, no.
What would you
No, when...
No, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
No, go for it.
No, I was gonna, when you said can't work in an office ever again, but you know what? Some days I actually, don't get me wrong, no, I love what I do, but there are some days where I actually miss going into work to sit in an office and just chat to your friends. And if you don't want to chat, you put your earphones in and you go on with your work. And I have my little office space, and I always got those Kinder Joy eggs, and I put all the toys
wow,
on
yeah.
on my desktop, and I actually miss that. I won't ever give up my business to go back. Don't get me wrong, but I actually do miss things like that. And I still remember the manager calling me in. I don't smoke, right? And my other friend also doesn't smoke, and we were always, not always, every now and then we would chat.
Yeah.
My manager called me in the one day and he said to me, "You know what? You and Nigel are really chatting a lot." So I said to him, "Okay, Johan, and you? When you and the rest of the staff go to smoke for 10 minutes every hour, what about that? That meeting was over." He said to me, "Good point."
No, exactly.
And then we got up and so yeah, but I just miss things like that. And
There's a little social banter,
I
having
do
a
miss that.
work
But
husband
anyway,
and
let me not get sad.
sad about
No,
places that
actually, I never.
sad. Let's not get sad about places that made us sad.
Oh, that made us pissed off.
Yeah, I know.
And we're sitting working, and we check the managers are going to Sun City, and we're not getting an increase. We're getting a
Pizza party. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh no shit.
It's the proverbial puppet master's like, "We see what you guys are doing. Here's pizza." It's like, okay, I see what you guys are doing. But if I have to ask, if you have to wake up every morning, do the things that you do, what is your main life motivation to keep going the route that you're going right now? Don't you sometimes feel like, what the fuck is it what I'm doing with my life right now? I mean, what is it? How do you think when you wake up in the morning, like, listen, yes, I'm amped, I get to do this? I mean, take me through your mental process throughout the day. Are you happy? Can you genuinely say you are happy?
Okay, so I can genuinely say I am happy, but I fear for when I'm old one day, because like I said, Jay and I aren't going to have children. We don't want children, right? So now I'm thinking, who is going to buy my adult diapers when I am old one day? So that is a big, and it's not even like, I'm not even joking. I really stress about that one day. So I need to make so much money that I can save to pay someone to look after me.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest fear, but I don't question where I am in life. I just always think I can do more, because that's just how I'm going to be. That's just how I am. No matter how much I do, I'm always going to feel like I can do more. But I'm very happy, and that's life. I guess we're all going to get old one day. I shouldn't really be worried about that right at this point in my life, but I am. That's the only thing I can say that I'm really worried about is my old day.
And your biggest motivation currently?
To be honest, the person that I am, let's say, for example, Monique Napier today, tomorrow I want to be that Monique Napier, but better. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I just don't want to ever. I grew up in a, I can use this actually because I think about this a lot.
Okay.
I grew up in a home, we didn't have any money,
Yeah.
right? So I think that is what motivates me. We had a horrible time and I watched my parents have, just struggle because of money. And not that I'm saying money is everything, but come on, let's face it, we need money to survive. And I don't ever want to be in a situation or in a position like I was when I was a child, like how my parents were and even me. I mean, I didn't enjoy my childhood. I was constantly, when you get a newsletter to say you need to pay, you need to send 50 rand to school, I would hide those things from my mother because, I'd be stressed out, like, oh, nou moet ek nou nog geld stuur, stuff like that. So I think that motivates me to just keep making more money, keep, being hungry for more. So, yeah.
That's kind of I get flashbacks of my grandfather. Because I grew up with my grandparents in the Moet. And my grandfather's sitting there staring at that school form. It's like, you guys are seriously going to pay 5 rand to wear your own clothes? This is capitalism. Like, you're right. And it's like, Carl, what are they going to do? When you go to school tomorrow and you wear your own clothes, what are they going to do? Send you home? Then you're going to have a free day. Go to school, don't pay 5 rand. That's what my grandfather was like. It's like,
that would stress me out. That would I also lived with my grandparents for a
I have to sit with his school.
Oh no, that would stress me out. I was a child that if they say you do it this way, you do it this way.
Yeah.
And we were so I don't want to say poor, but we didn't have money. And my granny made my that tracksuit pakkie, that school tracksuit winter uniform. My nanny made mine.
That's awesome.
Everyone had a lekker zip. And mine was at the end. Those pants, the tracksuit pants with a rack at the end.
Oh no!
And then it's like, and then my white socks, and then my
no way,
my school shoes. I looked like Sunny Khan BSA.
Listen, I don't know what it is with old people, but ever since the movie Sound of Music came out, they just want to make their own clothes.
Oh yeah, but I must say, looking back, I really now things like that, I appreciate it so much what she did because for her to make, put all that love into making me a school winter uniform because we didn't have money. That's so beautiful. But back then it wasn't nice because I stood out, and not in a good way. So yeah.
But just think about the proactiveness of the older generation, right? Think about it right now. Shit, I don't have money for clothes. I'll just wear the same shit over and over again. Meanwhile, back in those days, I'll just make myself another shirt or a jacket or anything like that. My grandfather, that's what we're talking about, making things right now. And I'm thinking about the older generation. My grandfather, if he didn't have something, he would make it. He didn't have a Brighton. Well, I'll just make one. Or with it's like we don't have a
it's like that.
And I'm thinking, what happened to the older generation? I don't have money for something. I'll just have a tomato box as the coffee table or whatever. It's like, wow, okay, well, I'll just make. I don't have a Bluetooth speaker. I'll just make one.
Oh no.
So, I'm going to start wrapping up right now, So
Okay, yeah,
I
good.
just wanted to ask you if you could leave the world with something, if you could say something to anyone, anywhere in the world, if you can be just something, what would you say right now? If you've got like a couple of minutes just to give advice or just give a quote or just say something, what
Okay.
would that be?
Okay, I'm gonna direct this to perhaps people that would like to start their own business. Can I do that? Give
Yeah,
advice on that rather?
please. I'm
Okay.
one of those people who want that
Because I'm
advice.
okay, because I suck at life stuff, so let's rather stick to something I'm a little bit good at. Okay, so I get a lot of people that ask, where do I start? And people that want me to hold their hand and go through everything step by step. And you know what? The internet is filled. If you have a question, I guarantee you there's a YouTube video answering you, and you can hold me to that. So, whatever you want to know about anything, don't make it difficult for yourself. You don't have to go read. I don't like reading, but you don't have to go and read all the books and put that question into your YouTube search bar and you'll have a video. Don't make life difficult for yourself. Okay. Number one. Number two, yes, people do become overnight success, or there are overnight success stories, but don't be discouraged if that's not your story. Okay. It took me 2-3 years to actually start seeing a little bit of a profit because I had to keep putting everything back. So don't be discouraged if you're not getting sales, or if things aren't working out how you want them to work out.
Yeah.
Just carry on keeping on. So that's basically what I can leave here today.
Thank you.
It's not that difficult. It really is not. You just need to work hard.
If you can spend time on
And
TikTok, you can spend time to educate yourself.
exactly. I mean, sometimes even I'm too lazy to go and check a YouTube video, but really, you don't need expensive materials to, build yourself up.
I think
It depends on what you want to do, of course. It depends on what you want to do. I'm talking now about what I'm doing, more or less what I'm doing.
at the crux of it all is I think people need to be realistic. Okay, there is no get rich quick thing. Okay, there's no I've got
Yes.
no money and tomorrow I'm gonna make millions. Unfortunately, with everything, if you want to lose weight, go to the fucking gym. Okay, you need to put in the time, you need to put
Yeah.
in the effort. If you want to quit a bad habit, you need to stop doing that. No one else can make it for you. No one can quit a bad habit for you. You need to make that choice. If you want to work
Yeah.
hard towards building a business and be realistic. What is the scope that you can do, and what am I willing to do? And I think people need to start there. I think it's easy for some people. Oh, YouTube, make 1 million in 1 month. Okay, cool. It's like great. Because I think a lot of people aren't realistic or real with themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
true.
think that's it, like I'm one of those people. I'm not realistic with myself. I'm thinking to myself, listen, Kyle. When I wake up in the morning and I look at that scale, sometimes I'm thinking to myself, I would love to lose 5Ks, but I just love eating at the same time. So I'm realistic with myself.
Yes.
Like I'm not going to lose 5 kilograms in a week or a month, but if I know I can cut out, because my recent thing is I cut out caffeine is my latest thing, and I used to love coffee. That's one of my latest things, and I'm cutting out coffee and I don't eat as much sugary things anymore. But I'm being realistic with myself, and I think that's probably
Yes.
one of the biggest things that we all should do. Just find our limits and stick within them and be realistic, but also try to get yourself out of that comfort zone. Sometimes you need to take that leap, and sometimes that leap of faith that you take will take you to new horizons and new adventures.
Yeah. And thank you for getting me out of my comfort zone
I didn't do anything.
with this.
I didn't do anything.
Dude, if you didn't ask me, then I wouldn't have been here. So you did. Thanks for having a podcast.
Yes. I'm so happy I have a podcast. Yeah.
How much did you make tonight? How much did you make from this podcast?
I've made a friend, okay?
I love it. I love it.
No.
But really, I really enjoyed this so much. I was stressing and because I can sometimes when I'm nervous, I can say the weirdest things.
It's okay.
But I really enjoyed this. Thanks so much. Thanks for not putting me on the spot.
No, that's fine.
Luckily, you didn't do that.
No. So,
Yeah.
where were you during 9/11? No, I'm just...
I can't.
But I'm like that.
Okay.
So Richard Brokenshaw from ISO the band Isocronous. I don't know. I'm a very big fanboy
Okay.
of him. Like very big fanboy of
Okay.
him. I really hope he hears this. But every single time, like I've met him several times. You know, I go to a lot of the shows. I've met him. So he's such a sweet, gentle soul of a human being. And I don't know why, but when I'm around him, I don't speak words. I say the weirdest. I don't even speak words. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? It's going good, Kyle. You know, and it's like, and he's like, oh, cool,
Why
man.
is it like that?
Like I don't. And he's the only person. And like I've met a lot of celebrities and a lot of people in my life. Everybody's just normal human beings, but around him, I'm just like,
Yeah.
you know.
I hear you. It's like just before you go now, I just want to tell you I'm the same. Like I was in an English school, but I do sound a lot Afrikaans because I also grew up Afrikaans, but I'm more confident in English, right? But when I have this Jay's one friend, when his English is you can't fault it at all. When I'm with him, I lose my English. I flip and don't know how to speak English. I sound like the biggest Dutchman alive. And then I think to myself, Monique, just shut up. So yeah, I know. I get you. You should tag him in this, but then tell him to skip to the end. Otherwise, he's not going to.
No, he has to listen to the whole podcast. Listen to the whole thing. But where can anyone find you listening to this? What's your handles and everything like that? If people want to purchase some of your fine online items, where can they go to?
Okay, so the easiest is Facebook, Pretty Pandora South Africa, and then there I link. You know, they can find my Instagram. Well, everything's the same, Pretty Pandora South Africa.
This podcast was not
sponsored. And then
sponsored.
on Shopify,
This podcast was not sponsored by Pretty Pandora yet.
Well, I'm definitely gonna push this podcast when you when you edit out all my mistakes and all my laughing. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. And then also people can go check prettypandorashop.com.
Okay.
That's my Shopify.
Yeah, and
I hope I have that correct.
just to let everybody know who listens, all of my 2 listeners, I just want to let you guys know. I just want to let both of you know that and one of them is the guest of the podcast. Now, I just want to let you guys know she's got a great shop. If you think about something that you like, she probably has it. You know, from Pokemon things, movie related things. I mean, the shop is really interesting and really fun. Heart-shaped glasses, all kinds of accessories, attire. I mean, I've purchased a couple of times from the shop, and I think it's truly unique. And I don't think there's a lot of shops in South Africa that does what she does. So go check it out.
Aw, thank you so much, Carl.
No, 100%. Thank you for being on my show, and just be happy and be inspired.